Howdy friends, my name is Wes Lee. I work on band instruments for a living. Thanks for stopping by my shop today. Got to knock this trumpet out really quick for a customer that's going to be coming by later on this evening. So let's jump right on into that. Okay, so we've got to do this Holton Trumpet. The slides are all stuck. All of the slides are stuck. All of the braces that hold the mouth pipe on are broken. Casing brace, tuning slide brace. This brace is bent. The bell is dented real bad. The bell tail is kind of bent, but this dent is real bad. And then if you notice, get right in here, we've got a lot of some super glue residue. Friends, it's never a good idea to try to super glue your instrument. So my order of events today is to get all this super glue off of this brace, then clean up the solder on this brace, get the dent out, and then we're going to resolder the horn before we go to pulling the tuning slide. Now we have a nasty bell crush. So yeah. All right, so we're going to get that taken care of. I'm going to use I'm going to work out on my new, that new Ferree's Mini Z as well. So bell dents, fortunately the valves work. Like I said, first order of business, clean up, solder joints, pull the tuning slides, chem flush it, didn't work. Here we go. Friends, make sure that you don't try to breathe in when you're cleaning this stuff up. Make sure that you have a fan going, a window unit open, a window open. That off-gassing from super glue is really bad and toxic. You don't want to be breathing that stuff in. The technique that you notice that I used on this was I put the mandrel in and I used no hand down here. It was all back here, pushing against this to drive this back up, and at the same time straightening the bell tail. So by positioning your hands both back here, you're able to work a little bit better, then flip it over, and I took the dent out that was just right here by rocking across the mandrel. You saw this joint really smoking out when I hit it with heat. This obviously had some super glue in it that I wasn't ready for, but it worked out okay. Got the joint sealed up. This joint came out really nice. I'm trying out this new paste, new flux paste, non-toxic, doesn't smoke, odorless. No bad stuff, and I'm really liking it pretty good. Okay, down on the, grab this off. Here, I don't want to just bend this. the whole third valve slide and everything is, you can see it's going south. So now that we've got these two and got this part straight, now we need to take this, make it go that way, and that's going to bring everything back together. Always put the piston back in the horn. It'll collapse the valve casing. Certainly hard to find the center line on this. Okay. So as it turns out, all three of those braces looked as though they all had super glue in them. So I got outgassed a couple of times. These are stuck pretty good. Okay, we ought to be getting about there. There it is. Oh, nice. Lovely. Tasty. Okay, once we've got our chem flush done, then I like to come in. This is cheesecloth. I use this for quite a few different things. I like to thread it by the corner through a valve rod. So a lot of times I don't show all this on camera. Fold it over a couple of times. Pull it back so that it makes a nice fold over. I take denatured alcohol and I wipe the casings out. Get any residual anything from the casings that could potentially bind up your piston, and you'll always get something out of it. Okay, so I know that those are going to be good and clean. I'm going to take this piece and measure it off. It's going to be about 12 inches. I'm going to cut it. I like to secure it in a vise. Take my buffing compound. And I'm going to put my buffing compound, rub this on here. Okay. If you're silver polishing your horn, you can use this to get between the valve casings or anything like that. But what I like to do with this, let's go back to the trumpet. Right here on the valve slides, they're clean, but they picked up, Holtons are especially they'll do that. Let's zoom in. Holtons are notorious for this. They turn pink. So what I like to do is come in with my cheesecloth with the buffing compound on it and just give them a nice little bit of a polish. To me, it just makes it look just that much better. Come down to the third slide. And flip the horn over. The cheesecloth will help conform to any shape. And I just think it makes the work look that much better. Okay, what I'm going to do from here is now I'm going back to my first operation where I did these solder joints. Now I have to come in and clean up all of this, and I have to make this look better. It can't go to the customer looking like this. So at this point, I'm going to clean the solder joints, and then I'll be ready to do the bell work. And then after bell work, I'll do reassembly. So that'll be the order from here. I want to come back. See, there was a reason that I used the cheesecloth. I could probably buff the top sides. Of where that glue residue was. I don't think I burned the lacquer. I think this is all glue residue. But what you want to do is just come in and get all of that off. There are other things that you can use in place of buffing compound. There's a product called Miracle Cloth. That's pretty cool. I use that sometimes for some things. If you do like a lantern style candle wicking, you can use that. I find that's a little bit too thick and doesn't always want to go where I want it to go. When you're overhauling an instrument, this is called hand ragging. Very exciting name. So as you recall, this is our bell. So we need to take care of this. Start with getting the rim roughly in shape. I like to work the highest spots first. All right, I've got the Mini Z set up with a power disc and a cone roller. Get a couple of these high spots, or low spots rather. Taking the head of the burnisher and pushing up any low spots. I'm actually turning them to high spots. So then I can put the roller back on them and bring it all down at the same time. I'll come back on the roller. Do some final rim shaping. Knock down these high spots and make the bell round again. The more perfect I can get this, the stronger the integrity will be restored, which means that it will have less chance of just damaging itself. I want that. This is just kind of wrecked. Putting them back together, I believe we got it. All right, knock out the stem dents. And our last step, we're going to take out these stem dents. Got some here, got some here. Right here. Just going through and seek and destroy. Here's one here. And if you're old like me, you remember when Metallica came out with Search and Seek and Destroy. And I always sing that song as I'm going through and taking dents, bell dents out. Search and seek and destroy. Got that. One right in here. Here we've got a little bit of a bump, a raise. I'll grab my burnisher. Burnish down the high spots. That looks good. Let's get it put back together. There you go. This one came out great. Got some lacquer wear, but all the dents are gone. Minimal scarring. Back into a player's hands. Super happy. Well, thanks everybody for stopping by my shop today. This horn came out great. Player's going to be very happy. I really appreciate you stopping by my shop today, watching the videos. I appreciate you liking the videos. I always like interacting with everyone, so please comment. on anything that you'd like to talk about. What oils, I tried to tell you what oils I was using today. Still putting the Ferree's Mini Z through its paces, and the more I use it, the more I absolutely love that machine. Today you saw that I had my big dent machine going, set up one way. I threw the Mini Z in a vise going another way. I've added another vise over here. Then I have my heavy duty vise. So I've really started making all kinds of different work points. So I've got 4 now that I can just pivot off of. Seems to help make things go faster. I'm fortunate to have the work. Thank you very much. This is Wes Lee signing out.